Hey guys, welcome to the channel. So today I'm going to dive right into our project. So we're going to go to creativefabrica.com. Creative Fabrica is a website that basically stores a bunch of digital products. So you can upload your own products to there for sale, I believe. And you can also go on there to potentially buy products. So in the top, I'm searching for Halloween SVGs, and you're going to see it's a ton of them. Some of them can be like one individual product, while some of them can be a bundle of products. So I found some designs I like, some little cute ghosts, and so I'll download them and they'll show you the other versions that file comes in. So it may come in multiple types of files. I purposely just like SVGs. So now I'm going to go into Design Space, and you'll see in Design Space, I already had them open. I already found these, but I just wanted to kind of give you an idea of what you're doing. Say you're completely new to doing this. So I'm showing you an example of one that I've already uploaded. You're going to open the folder, click upload. You're going to select cut image. Say if you wanted to print and cut this, then of course you would do a print and cut. Otherwise, I'm uploading it as a cut file. When you first open it up, a lot of the times these files they're set to like a dimension that's really big. I naturally set it to a default of like 5, so I'll go to the little lock over where the width and the height is, and I'll just switch that over to 5, and I'll just resize it again when I need to. So I've clicked each one. So what you can do is control and use your mouse pad to select each one. That is how you select multiple. You'll see the green on the side. And so I did that, and I changed the size, and now it just changed the size of all of them to fit into a 5x5 square. Now I'm showing you the materials that I'll be using. So like I said, I'm going to be using different glasses. So I'm using these two glasses. I have two different ways that I can measure. You can use either a strip measure like this one, tape measure like this one, or you can use just a regular ruler. And so what I'm doing is I'm taking note of how wide and how tall this how wide and how tall I'd like my designs to be. So it ended up being 3 inches wide as ideal for me, and 3 inches tall. Now that doesn't mean I'm making every piece to be 3x3, but I will make every piece be able to fit within a 3x3. I think that's just a good rule of thumb with the cups that I'm working with now. And so you'll see I'm doing orange and black, and I have the vinyl. Now I washed out my cups and I am back. So now you'll see that I'm gonna go into Design Space and create a box. So you're gonna go to Shapes, you're gonna select the box. You are going to then change the side of your box. Now, because it's a box, I'm doing a 3. I don't need to change both. You'll see that I'll change the color and make it white. Then the next thing I'm doing is sending this box to the back. So that's how layering goes. Layer is just what's being shown to the front and what's being shown to the back. So say I put my design behind the square, you will not see the design because the square is in front of it. But if I put the design in front of the square, then you can see, okay, this design is on top of the square. And so I'm just reshaping my designs to fit. I kind of want some that are a little bigger, some I want them different sizes. And so I'm just doing that in the background, and I am copy and pasting the design at the size that I feel like is okay if I want multiple of that size. So I'm just doing a little reshaping here. Now, this is the moment that I am thinking, okay, well, how do I want my design to look on my cups? So, the Eat, Drink, and Be Scary, I changed that to orange because I figure I want, I just want orange and black. And so on one cup, that'll be the main design. And on the second cup, I decided that I'm going to put an offset on it. So an offset is basically cutting out a larger version of your design, kind of like a shadow, so it's behind your design. And so this is where you can like layer your project to add a bit of dimension. And so that is what I'm doing here. So I have this little ghost that's going to be in black and the orange outline behind it. It just kind of makes it pop more instead of, one solid color. So when you're gonna cut out your design, it's just a ton easier if you have a square box around it that also gets cut, because that way, instead of trying to cut the vinyl itself, you have that little cut mark there where you can just easily weed it off. And you'll see as I go along, because maybe I'm not explaining it the best way. All the ones that will be of similar color, I'm going to put my box around it, size it till it's a good size, and then I am going to attach the box with the design. Because when you attach them, they are going to cut the same way you have the design. And you're going to pick the machine that you're going to send it to, which unfortunately with Cricut I've been having an issue connecting to Bluetooth, which was a feature that I always had up until about a couple weeks before they released these new devices. But I'm not going to be upset. I'm just going to just use it with the USB because that's my only option. I'm out of the warranty, and when they start telling you you're out of the warranty, they're basically telling you, "Hey, well, hey, use it however you can, or just buy a new one." So I cannot get a new one right now, and this is what I'm doing. So what I'm doing is I am putting my vinyl onto my mat. And so what I like to do is I like to keep little pieces of tape around the mat, just so that whenever I'm using it, I can quickly just tape it down. That's just a thing that I do. And so I like to keep extra pieces of tape on there so that the vinyl isn't moving. Whatever you're using on top is just not moving. So I'm taking the time to cut out both. You want to make sure that you're cutting it on premium vinyl. I'm using premium vinyl from, I think it's called HTV Ront. That might be the brand. And so now I am weeding them out. So the first piece that I take out, fold it up and use the sticky part to attract all the other previous pieces. A lot of people like to buy these little cups or tweak little ways. I like to just take the big pieces and attach them to the little pieces as they're all going in the trash. Now, someone new might say, "Oh wow, that is a lot of vinyl to waste," and it is. So if you don't want to waste it, my best bet is to get you some parchment paper, stick it on there, and hopefully I can post a video soon of different ways to recycle your vinyl, but that will not be anytime soon. But if you really want it, leave a comment down below. Let me know that you really want it. And quick tip, now that I mentioned parchment paper, I would say it's best you always have some around, because you're gonna see that the parchment paper I use here, I'm gonna use that a lot. So I'm taking some transfer tape and I'm using my little, I want to call it a squeegee, but it's not. But for now, it's a squeegee because mom brain exists. So I'm gonna take my squeegee, I'm gonna scraper. Ooh, there we go. So I'm gonna take my scraper and I'm going to scrape the design all the way and then try to pull this up. And then now, every time you're going to put vinyl on something, especially something as solid as this, you are going to take a little bit of alcohol spray. You're going to spray it and wipe it off. Make sure that that's basically getting rid of any debris that may be on there. Even though I just washed it, I'm still going to do that. So now I'm taking my design, I'm putting it on a parchment paper partially. So part of the design, most of the design is on the parchment, while the bottom is not. And the reason why is because I'm using the top part as a guide to see, okay, where I want this design to stick on the cup, and then I can just press down on the bottom to make sure that that part adheres. Then I'm going to pull back the rest of the parchment paper so that the design can lay. Now, another thing is, which you won't see me do in this video because honestly, it's not really necessary for me, but on a rounder object, you can place little cuts on the edges of the transfer tape. That way your project just lays on better. For me, like I said, I didn't think it was necessary. I have a way of just putting it on, going straight up the middle, and laying one side down, then following by laying the other side down. You do it whichever way you find comfort in doing it. For me, I'm not gonna do all the extra work because this is not like a circle or sphere. This is just a flat surface with some edge, if that's the best way I could describe the roundness of this cup. It's just not that extreme for me to do that. And so now I've got my first design on, and I'm going to go through and do all the other pieces. So the next big design, the one that had the offset, I'm doing that one next. So I'm going to weed up the black part first, as that's the layer that's going to be in front. And remember, the orange layer is going to be the outline, the back. So I'm just going to use my parchment paper to, again, do the same thing like what I did to the cup, except I'm doing it to the offset. You want to take a piece. You want to take a piece of the design, and I'm just showing you how it looks. Parchment paper has a bit of transparency to it, so you can just see the design behind it so that you can, just get a better idea of where you're going to put things. So we're going to follow the same step as we did with the glass and just put all these pieces on. Simple as that. This is potentially a first project. You can follow this tutorial on your own, just to see, especially if you haven't used your Cricut machine before. So far, I've told you where you can get designs if you're not already a creative who makes your own designs. So I told you a place you can get your design. I told you how to upload your design. I told you how to customize your design in Design Space. I told you how to offset. I told you when you would like to offset. I told you how to change the color. I told you how to change the size. I told you how to send it to your machine, how to lay it onto your mat, how to do all of those things. So, as a beginner, I'd recommend you try this out. And quick tip again would be, if you're just starting out using your Cricut and you're not really sure what to do, I'd say take a quick trip to Dollar Tree, spend $5 to get 4 rolls of vinyl, You can get, so far that I've seen at Cricut, well, let me not say that. Let me repeat. So far, what I've seen at Dollar Tree, they do have mostly permanent vinyls. They have permanent vinyls. They have um they have not temporary. What's the word I'm looking for? They have removable, which honestly they feel the same to me, I'm not gonna lie. They do now have heat transfer vinyl, and they're just they even have transfer tape. So Dollar Tree's doing their thing. They see, okay, we like Cricut, and Dollar Tree's doing what they can so that we can enjoy Cricut. And they also have additional tools that you can purchase in that same aisle. So I would say to practice with Dollar Tree, um, practice with their vinyl. The one thing I will say with Dollar Tree vinyl is they are not meant for small designs. So if you can just do bigger cuts instead of like little intricate cuts, you'll get the best results with Dollar Tree vinyl. So it's not completely useless because a lot of people just gave up on it. It's really not. And again, if you need a video on me showing you, okay, well, it's not useless. How can I use it? I can definitely do that for you, but you gotta let me know in a comment, okay? Thank you so much for watching this video. I am doing my best to put out some more content. If you see something you like or need, you let me know. And if you need help with something, reach out. I will have my other links linked down below, as well as links to anything that I feel like may be important to you in the description box below, please. And thank you for subscribing, liking my video, and commenting.